All right, here's part 2 of our math overview. Starting with question 11 here. Let's see. So question 11 is looking for the diameter of a 48-inch tall tank that holds 150 gallons. So to find the volume of a tank, it's pi r squared times height. So we're missing the pi r squared part, so the area of the cylindrical tank. So first things we need to do is we're going to change the gallons into a cubic inch measurement. So I've kind of written the formula out here and broke it down step by step. So volume equals pi r squared times height. Our volume is going to be 150 gallons times 277, and then pi r squared times 48. 41,550 is the answer of 150 times 277, and then pi r squared times 48. So if this times this equals this divided by that will equal that. So 41,550 divided by 48 gives us 865.625. So the next step is going to be divided by pi, because we're going to break down the pi r squared part. So if we did pi r squared, it would equal this number. So now I'm going to reverse it. So if I take this number and divide it by pi, it gives us this number here, 275.53699952. Square root it, and that gives us our radius of 16.59931. But we are looking for a diameter, so we have to multiply that by 2, which gives us 33 3/16. The next question here is very similar. It's just in millimeters, and we're looking for capacity in liters. The best way to do this is to change the millimeters into meters. So if you just divide them by 1,000, you get 0.3 meters and 1.2 meters. So again, volume is pi r squared times height. So pi times 0.15 meters squared, right? Because it's 3.3 meters is going to be the diameter, so we need the radius. So it's going to be 0.3 divided by 2, which is 0.15. And then the length is, or the height is 1.2 meters. So if you calculate all that out, you end up with 0.084823001 cubic meters. So not very much. And then 1,000 liters is 1 cubic meter. This is way less than a cubic meter. So when you multiply that by 1,000, you end up with 84 liters, which sounds about right. Moving on, number 13 here are the Q equals VA questions, if you remember those. So 13, we're looking for the air velocity in a duct that is 1,000 CF or 1,000 feet per minute. So we have air moving through the duct at 1,000 feet per minute. It's a total air volume of 2,500 cubic feet per minute. It has a depth of 12 inches, and we are missing the width of the duct. So if we write out the Q equals VA and then put in what we know, so Q is going to be CFM, V is feet per minute, and area is area in cubic feet, or A is area in cubic feet. So Q is 2,500, velocity is 1,000, and then we have our area is going to be question mark times 12 inches. So again, this times this equals this, so this divided by that will equal this. So if you go 2,500 divided by 1,000, it gives you 2.5 square feet. So we're gonna multiply that by 144, which is 12 squared. And that gives us 360 cubic, or square inches, sorry, because we're dealing with area now. So 360 square inches. So if 12 times whatever is going to equal 360 square inches for the area. So if we just go 360 divided by 12, that'll tell us the other dimension here. So 360 divided by 12 is 30 inches. So that dimension will be 30 inches. 14 is a similar question again. We have 10 by 16 duct, 750 CFM, and we're looking for a velocity. So again, Q equals VA. Our Q, or quantity, is 750 CFM. Velocity is the question mark this time. Our area is going to be 10 by 16 divided by 144 to give us 1.111 continuing cubic feet. Square feet? Shoot, that should be square feet. So then, same thing, this times this equals this. So this divided by that will equal our feet per minute. 750 divided by 1.111 continuing is 675 feet per minute. Number 15, pretty simple trigonometry, or hopefully pretty simple. It's just looking for what angle this elbow would be. If you just pull that little triangle out, it's a little easier to see. So this height here is 7.5 inches. This width here is 2 3/4 inches, and they're looking for this angle. That's going to tell us how many degrees that elbow is. So if this is the angle, this is adjacent to the elbow, this is adjacent to the angle, opposite of the angle. So adjacent and opposite is TOA, or tan function. And I wrote it out like this so we can see opposite over adjacent. So it's going to be 7.5 divided by 2 3/4 equals, and then second function tan gives us 69.9 or 70 degrees. So it's a 70-degree elbow. 16 and 17 are both pretty easy, but I'm going to cover everything on this test, or this practice sheet. So if you guys remember this formula, radius times 2 times pi times angle over 360. We're looking for the heel of this elbow, or the stretch out of it. So the radius of that semicircle is going to be 24 plus 24. So 48 times 2 times pi times 0.25 gives us 75 3/8. That'll be the wrapper of that, or the heel of that elbow. The blank size for the cheek, because it has no S and drive or anything, it's just a welded fitting. It's just going to be 24 plus 24 and 24 plus 24. So 48 by 48 is the cut size. 18 and 19 have to do with this shape here. The first one, we're looking for area. So it's just the whole surface area of that shape. Pi r squared is going to be part of it, plus length times height, so length times height is going to be for the rectangular section of this fitting. And then pi r squared, if we took this half and connected, it's just an area of a circle and the area of a rectangle. So since we have a radius there, it's just pi times 5 squared plus 24 times 10. So figuring that out gives you 78.5398164 plus 240 gives us 318.54 square inches. The perimeter of this thing is just going to be adding up so the circumference of the circle plus 24 and 24. So perimeter is pi times diameter plus 24 times 2. So the diameter of this, if the radius is 5, the diameter is going to be 10 inches. So pi times 10 plus 48. So it's 31.416 plus 48 is 79 7/16. And our last one here is another Q equals VA. So now we're missing the quantity, or CFM, so that's the question mark. We have feet per minute, 550. We have an area of 30 by 18. So remember, it has to be in square feet though. So 30 by 18 divided by 144 gives us a square feet of 3.75. 550 times 3.75 gives us 2,063 CFM. All right, that's going to be it for part 2. And then I'm going to do the last 6 questions and probably upload those tomorrow.